Welcome to the Fanzone, episode 402. It is January 29th, 2016. January is over, thank God. It has been a crappy month for me. This is Cueil, and as of this moment, no one is on with me. I'm starting the show anyways. I want to start the show live. Well, not live, clearly. We may get to that point soon. That's our ultimate goal. But the show is on, and we're waiting on my other two co-hosts. And it's starting at 7, so I really don't care. They'll call in when they're ready, as you can see. Whether it says Damien's available, but right now he is actually not available. But hopefully he will be available soon. Hopefully. We will see. So, I have been playing, and what have you been playing? And when they come on, we'll find out what they have been playing. I have not been playing The Division because my code is getting errors, so I can't play The Division. And I guess even if I got my code to work, I wouldn't necessarily be able to get into the beta. We'll talk about that later. I've been playing a whole lot of, I forgot to say this. I apologize for not having anything last week. I was really sick throughout the weekend, and the weekday work was just killing me. I would have done something yesterday. I was off work, but I was off work because I scratched the shit out of my eye, and I couldn't see worth a damn. And so there was nothing going on. So I just figured I'd do it all today. So this should be episode 403, but it is 402. And on what have I been playing? Back to what's important. Games. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen on the PC. I beat it. I'm on my second run through because I totally screwed up my first run through. And I'm on New Game Plus, and I'm going to unscrew my run through. It's somehow I had the last mission. On my way to the last mission, I helped the guy to the end of the game, basically to the end point of the basic game, and then went and did the mission. And so you I don't want to spoil it for those of you who haven't played Dragon's Dogma, but at the end of the game you have a choice you have to make. And at the end of the game is your most cared for person. Whoever cares for you the most is at the end of the game. And the first time I ran through it, it was the wife of the Duke, and which is fine, right? Because the wife of the Duke is cool. Not particularly. I'm not a fan of blonde hair. But whatever. But it was this dude that I took to the end of the game, right? On my way to the end of the game, I was like, what? I might as well get some extra experience, right? And plus, he fights. And so, I get to the end of the game, and lo and behold, that's the dude. That dude shows up, right? Which is like, I don't care, whatever. But if you make a certain choice, there's certain choices that you can make. And so at the end of the game, like, the dude came over and, like, started making out with me. Which is, one, weird, because I'm not homosexual. And two, even weirder, because you have a helmet. I have a helmet. I'm trying to remember what the hell it was. It's one of the helmets you can get towards the end of the game. You can't get it any earlier. So like towards the end, once you get to the end place, you could purchase this. It's not the Griffin armor. It's I don't remember what it is. But the helmet slides up when you're in a town. Your face mask slides up and stands up so you can see your character's face. Well, in this particular scene, the face mask stayed down, right? So dude's like in my face mask, right? And it's creepy. He's all kissing me through my face mask. I'm like, what the fuck? But so that was kind of weird. you gotta be careful. That could be a child too, right? So they don't. It's just a script. For those of you who ever played Soul Calibur, remember you can like edit the opening, which was fucking funny. You could put all kinds of people doing all kinds of weird stuff, which is hilarious. But that's basically what that is, and it freaked me out. And so I started from New Game Plus, and I want to get all the missions done, and try and get 1,000 gamer score off this. I played the hell out of it on the Xbox 360. And I really, really liked the game. And apparently, they took it down, but they put up for a while, there was a little news clip on Capcom's website that said the PC game had outsold the console games already in like its first week. I'm not sure if that was a mistake that was put up or what, but it apparently did really well. Hopefully, we'll get Dragon's Dogma 2 and not just this MMO crap. A real Dragon. I want like co-op too. I'm not sure about 4-player co-op, right? Just regular co-op, 4 people, right? It's be you, your pawn, and your friend and your friend's pawn, right? That's cool. That's all I really want. For those of you who've never played Dragon's Dogma, imagine Skyrim, much smaller world than Skyrim, by the way. But imagine it's kind of like Skyrim. There's like shit just roaming around, like monsters just roaming around. So it's a little like Skyrim with a little mix of Monster Hunter. You can climb on monsters and attack certain areas of a monster. Like, let's say you're fighting a griffin. If a couple people jump on the griffin can't fly away because it's the added weight. Your weight matters in the game. So if you don't weigh a lot, if like 2 tiny people who hardly weigh anything jump on a griffin, the griffin just flies away, shakes your ass off, and you drop down and die. But if you got 2 heavy fighters, usually it's 2 fighters, and you can make yourself look some weird shit. It's not like super detailed, like changing. There's no sliders or anything, but you could make some weird looking characters, and you get these sidekicks called pawns, and you get 1 personal one, and you can hire 2 extra ones. There was microtransactions on the PS3 and Xbox 360. They took that out for the PC version, but you can get these pawns, and if they can learn shit, right? So like you hire a pawn, if the pawn has already done a mission, then the pawn will actually lead you to where you need to go, which is really fucking cool. Although I've already beat the game, let's say if you play the game or you're having trouble, you can go hire a pawn that's a few levels ahead of you, and maybe that pawn's already done that mission, and that pawn can help you, show you where your mission is. Pawns also learn how to fight enemies, so they'll shout out like, its weakness is fire, and stuff like that, which is pretty freaking cool. If you haven't played Dragon's Dogma, I would highly recommend Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen if you like open world action games. The plot's kind of bleh, but the gameplay is like 95 out of 100. The gameplay is excellent. The combat is excellent. Weight matters. There's different classes, and you can switch between different classes and stuff like that. Each one has strengths and weaknesses. There's like cross class. There's all kinds of cool stuff that makes the game really fun to play and really challenging. So you can really up the challenge. So right away they give you hard difficulty. They used to make you beat the game first, and it's really fun to play the game. I beat the game, I believe, twice on the Xbox 360. I beat it once on the PC. I'm running through a second time. It's just really fun, and there's a lot of your pawn can work for other people. So you can find your friends' pawns and use them. So if you're my friend on Steam, and I'm Cueil, Cueil, friend me on Steam, that's fine. Let me know that you heard me on the podcast. And you can find my spawns. My spawn name is Hinata. Right now, I think she's a fighter, but she knows all the fighting techniques. She's got high strength, good weapon, good armor, good shield. She's really good for the level she's at. So, and character. So the higher the pawn is, if you're trying to hire one from you, the higher it costs to hire them, and it's like rift crystals, I believe is what they're called, that you have to pay. So you'll find like rift crystal stuff laying around. You'll be able to pick it up. Completing quests give you rift crystals, and then there's gold. Use gold to buy stuff. Most stuff in the game is sold gold. Most stuff to deal with pawns is rift crystal. But when you send a pawn away, like once you outlevel a pawn, you can send a pawn away and give it something, right? And you can leave a message for the pawn's owner and be like, "Oh, your pawn was awesome," or "Your pawn sucked," and you can rate the pawn like 5 out of 5 stars, like what his looks, like 3 stars or 1 star or whatever. And people give, sometimes if your pawn's really good, people will give good shit to you, right? That's also a way to trade items. Well, that's kind of bleh. But you can't give, like, if you have a friend and he's like, "Dude, man, I accidentally tossed this book," or "I need this item for this quest," or whatever. You can sometimes give your friend an item that he needs for a quest. You can accidentally give quest items too, so be careful when you're giving items. If the pawn has been really good, be sure to give a good item. You can give gold too, or maybe no, you can give rift crystals. Might be able to give gold as well, but I think you give rift crystals and items. So definitely give fucking items, good items to people whose pawns are good. If their pawns suck, give them rotten fucking meat. Who gives a shit, right? So if their pawns suck, didn't know anything, or doesn't know how to do anything, or died a whole bunch, and you had to keep healing them, F them, dude. But of course, if you're an idiot and your setup is bad, you're all gonna die. But I highly recommend it. It's really, really enjoyable game. What else have I been playing? Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Not as much recently since I've been playing Dragon's Dogma. I really, really, really wanted to play The Division. I played some Xbox 360 games. Hilarious. I played Feeding Frenzy. For those of you who remember the old day, Feeding Frenzy and Feeding Frenzy 2. That's going back into the early aughts, the early 2000s, early middle 2000s. I played Banjo and Kazooie and Nuts and Bolts. It's still fun as hell. I don't know why people didn't like it. It's a fun fucking game. I played some Viva Pinata and Rainbow Six Vegas. So those are games I played that I can think of off the top of my head. Let me look at my notes. My nizzotes. Shout out to Torrance Davis, our only Patreon provider. $1. We appreciate it. If you want to support the show, you can support the show by donating to our Patreon account. You can go to patreon.com/fanzone. Donate whatever you can afford. If you can donate $1, that's great. If you can donate whatever, that's even better. Right now, it's our goal is to get $30 a month income. That'll pay for the show to be back up, right? So right now, our show is only available if you use a link. I've got a repository on OneDrive. If you want to download our show instead of watching it on YouTube, I'll try to remember to put the link in the description. But shout me out on Twitter. That's the easiest way to get it. I'll try and put a link in the description though for the show, so that you can download it. If you don't want to, or If for whatever reason you can't get the notes, I'm not sure if mobile shows the notes. Tweet me on Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter at Cueil, Cueil. I will give you the show notes. The link, the show notes. I won't give you the show notes. The show notes are there if you have OneDrive, but that's besides the point. I will give you a link, and you'll be able to download all the shows. And I don't have all the shows on there. I have most of last year's shows, almost all last year's shows, and I'll have all of this year's shows. Unfortunately, we lost. I'm trying to save it. I got a broken hard drive. I'm gonna have to try and repair. So a lot of the classics are gone forever, probably, which is sad. The Yasser Quitting show, which was classic. And all of that's gone. But yeah, support us if you can. If you can't, you can support us by hitting that like button, subscribe to the show, and we do appreciate it. We do. For those of you who show up on time, or for those of us who show up on time, for those of you who show up on time, good job. And for whatever reason, here we go. So let's go on to the news. We're going to go on some non-council news, although they have to do a little bit with the councils, or non-council specific news. I got it listed as miscellaneous. So Jonathan Blow, who I personally don't like, I love his games, but his personality just, they say don't talk bad about somebody, but man, I just don't. His personality rubs me wrong, dude. It's bad. So apparently, The Witness is getting pirated big time. Jonathan Blow says this will impact future development. So the PS4 and PC versions of his game are currently the most popular game on certain torrent sites. Unfortunately, Blow said he's happy lots of people are playing and enjoying the game, but he also warned they won't be able to build another similar project without sufficient sales. So the game is $40. For those of you who don't have $40, and that would be me, I don't have $40. I have $6. That's all I got. For those of you who don't have $40, don't pirate the game. I mean, the guy's a fucking ginormous fucking dickhead, right? Self-important. I don't like him. Fuck him. You know what I said about fucking not talking bad about people? Fuck that shit. The guy's a prick. If you were there back when his first game got released on the Xbox 360, and he was like on fucking Kotaku and all these other, like, in the comments, like, blah, blah, my game. And like people were having fun with this game, right? And he would get mad that the people were having fun with this game because they didn't get the game. They don't understand the meaning behind. Who gives a fuck about the meaning behind your game? The only thing that matters is you built a game, and people love it. They're having fun. No one gives a shit, and you shouldn't care. It's like a musician getting angry because a person didn't quite get the meaning behind their song. Look, your game is going to mean different things to different people. It's all right. And if people are pirating your game, maybe it's because it's too pricey, but it maybe is because you're a fucking dick. People don't like you. You rub them wrong. And if they don't like you, what are they not going to do? Support you, right? I just don't get it, dude. And this guy's like, I'm going to add DRM. He's like, I don't like DRM because I think people should have the freedom to download things they bought, he said, but I also want to design video games. Well, I guess he did that with Braid. But, I don't know, dude. I think some of these people are doing it because they don't like him, and they're not going to support him. They want to play his game because they like Braid, but they don't want to pay $40 and help support this guy. And then care less if he makes another game. I don't know. I'm not buying it. I'm not going to pirate it, right? If I do buy it, it'll be for single digits, and it'll be on a Steam sale. The guy's a fucking idiot. He often does things with his. He uses his emotion instead of common sense and good judgment. So I don't know, right? I don't like him. I hope him the best. I hope his game does well. It looks like an interesting game, and I hope he can make future games, and I hope those games do well. But I personally, I could care less. Did I say that right? Whatever. I don't like the guy. On a personal level, on a professional level, I'm sorry about that. Someone's walking around outside, and as anyone who has a dog knows, they are not happy about people walking around on their goddamn territory. So, wow. Oh. I was like, what? Did I put this in the wrong? So, sales of digital games on PS4, Xbox One, and other consoles up 34%, according to Examiner.com. The Xbox One 500 gigabyte model, blah, blah, blah. Hey! My apologies. I'm really sorry about that. There's someone really outside. Hold on a second. Neighbor's dog. No one's in the yard. Calm down. Dog is spazzing out because the neighbor's over there trying to get stuff out of the back of the car. I think my neighbor's tire's flat, and I think somebody's over there helping her change it. So, let's see. Where were we? Oh, sales of digital games on PS4, Xbox, and other consoles up 34%. That's a nice little bump. You'll be not surprised. The largest segment in terms of dollar sales was the mobile sector, which saw a total of $25.8 billion in sales. The number was up 10%. Digital sales on consoles claim over $4 billion last year, and will only continue to grow over the coming years. For now, though, it remains to be one of the smaller categories of game sales, according to Super Data. So they don't really know. I'd like to hear from Microsoft and Sony what their numbers are. I should have put this in the Xbox section, but it talks about Nintendo and PlayStation. So for those of you who remember Jay Allert, the bald guy, during the early Xbox 360 days, and the Xbox, he was one of the original Xbox OG guys. He talked on what is this, Examiner.com, about how they correctly predicted what Sony and Nintendo were going to do with their consoles. I mean, they didn't know exactly what the Nintendo was doing with their controller, but they figured they were going to have some kind of interesting controller that was built for the game, for their launch games. They always do that, right? So the N64's controller was crazy. The GameCube controller was dumb. I mean, that was crazy. I don't know what the hell they were doing with that. It worked, right? It worked. And then the Wii controller was just, I mean, that's an opinion. If you think it's a gimmick or whatever. So, but if you're interested in this, I'll read a little bit. Nintendo leads each generation with content and adapts the controller uniquely to suit early title games and new mechanics. And what did they say about Sony? We believe Sony would push the media format, Blu-ray, heavily, push the hardware to the limits to be difficult to program like all previous generations, which was incorrect. I believe the PlayStation 1 was fairly easy to... I may be wrong, though. We incorrectly guessed that they would buy up a bunch of online companies because of the critical shift from traditional media to digital distribution game, given that it was the next obvious format. Let's see. There was a definitely factions within the team that did worry more about the competition, and we spent a stupid amount of time on stuff like HD DVD in response to the competition and just distracted us from our core beliefs. A new format for high-resolution movies was not important to us. Leading the charge in online gaming was. An HD DVD effort was a good example of how worrying about the competition can take you off your game. So that was pretty interesting. If you want to read the whole thing, it's on Examiner. It's called Former Xbox Head, PlayStation Nintendo Moves Were Predictable, Talks Rivalry. So definitely check that out. It's certainly interesting. Man, I wish I had something to drink. Drink my wife's apple juice. No, I already drank it all. I have nothing to drink. Oh, there's some fucking vitamin waters. Ew, that looks disgusting. Anyways, there wasn't a whole lot of stuff. You know, last week was like basically bleh, right? There was nothing to talk about. This week, really nothing to talk about. So, Phil Spencer, looks like Phil Spencer is more keen on spreading out the games out of the holiday period. Apparently, that was his decision. His decision was to push Scalebound out of the holiday period and into 2017, based on a crowded holiday and his feeling that it no longer matters as much. If you have a good game, it'll sell no matter what time of the year it is, and if there's not a lot of competition, it's going to sell even better. So he talks about this. You can find this on the Examiner. They're just everywhere on my fucking notes. So it's called Xbox Boss Explains How Knowledge Gained from Rare Replay Helps Scalebound. Personally, I'm glad. I wish this game was pushed into the fucking summer. Push it into the summer, unless they got stuff that's coming out in the summer. But Microsoft should have at most 2 games coming out of the winter. At most. And they should be spread out. One in November and one coming out in like September. October at the latest. You can't have... It'd be best if they were separated by a couple months. A month. You want a month in between. At least. A whole month. Like a month. Like if you released in September, October, and then a game gets released in November. If you released in November, a month, November, and released a game in December. Hardly any games get released in December, right? I mean, any games of consequence own December. That's what fucking Rico Rodriguez did. Fucking own. I can't even remember the name of the game. I remember the name of the motherfucking main character. Torrance's fucking game, the only game he's been playing. What other shit? Let's see. So there is a rant. Because it pisses me off when I read shit like this. And I thought I had some Sony news. I'll go look for some Sony news, but I'm gonna rant about this fucking shit, this Microsoft shit. Because this shit pisses me off, especially as a PC and Xbox One gamer. I own a PS4 as well, and I love my PS4. It doesn't get quite as much playtime because My Xbox One is my main console, mostly because my TV is hooked up to my Xbox One. Um, that's just weird. They got a weird picture up there. So my TV is hooked up to my Xbox One. I watch TV on my Xbox One. I consume media. All my media I consume is on my Xbox One. So it's my main console. And I don't apologize for that. Right? We all have our preferences. My PS4 is there for exclusives. Right? They're not there for multi-platform games. I do not like the DualShock controller. Now the DualShock 4 is fucking miles better than the previous three, but I don't like the controller. I'll probably play it more once some third-party company comes out with an asynchronous setup. Basically, an Xbox One controller that's a PlayStation 4 controller instead. Yeah, I really don't give a shit. I really hate that fucking controller. It is really a pain in the ass. But I will play my Sony exclusive games on there because Sony owns a ton of really good titles, and I don't want to miss out on them like I missed out on them last gen. I planned ahead, and I made sure I got a PlayStation 4 for that specific purpose. Also, several really good PSN games, including a lot of Xbox 360 games that my 360 is in the bedroom. I don't watch TV in the bedroom. I don't play games in the bedroom. That's for my wife. I don't do anything in the bedroom except for sleep and other things that happen in the bedroom, like magic. But that's besides the point. But yeah, so my Xbox and my PC are like my main gaming platforms. And I do run Windows 10. And so I come across this fucking stupid ass article. How Xbox One games going to PC is doing more harm than good from This Gen Gaming. And it's thisgengaming.com. And go there if you want to read the whole article. Look. Nobody, no fucking body, except for the dumbest fucking people, would bitch at Sony for releasing games on multiple forms of their platform. Nobody said anything when Sony released PlayStation Now on TVs, fucking Blu-ray drives. Fucking PlayStation Now is on a ton of stuff right now. Nobody's bitching. Nobody's complaining because there's no reason to complain when Sony releases their product, their PlayStation products, on their own platforms. It doesn't matter. You know why they do that? To drive fucking sales, right? So if you're at the store and you don't have a Blu-ray player, right? You need a Blu-ray player maybe for the living room or for the, the back room or the fucking whatever. You don't have your console hooked up to that. Why the fuck not? Why pay a few extra dollars, get it so maybe you already have PSN Now. Right? Maybe you already have it. You're a big PlayStation fan, and you got PlayStation Now, you're paying $20 a month. And there's another form. Take that Blu-ray player, throw it on fucking the toilet television, whatever, man. Whatever. If you got PlayStation Now, you're gonna buy that Sony product for PlayStation Now, because maybe you want to play on it, down in the basement or up, in the office or wherever the hell that Blu-ray player is at. So it's just. So when Microsoft releases a game, an Xbox One game on their platform, Windows 10. Microsoft is releasing it on Windows 10 only. They're only releasing it on their platforms. Nobody else gets flack for releasing their shit on their platform. And what pisses me off is it's not from the same crowd, right? So, for a long time, people got pissed. Microsoft, why don't you release your games on fucking Windows? It's your platform. Release your games on fucking the Windows platform. Why are you not releasing your games? Gears 1 got released on PC, right? The original one. 2 and 3 never got released on PC. That was Don Mater coming in and shutting that fucking door and killing Microsoft support on PC. And it was bullshit, dude. It was bullshit. When Microsoft releases their game on PC and you go and you say, fuck, I gotta have Windows 10 to play this game because it's built for the Xbox One, and I want to play my friends on the Xbox One. In order to do that, I need the Xbox app. So then I get party chat with my friends, and I can get all these features with my friends on the Xbox, and I could play them. I could play against them in Killer Instinct, and I could play against them in what other games like Fable Legends. I would play with them in Fable Legends, against them in Fable Legends. I could do all these things with my Xbox friends. Or how about this, motherfuckers? Sometimes I sit at my PC and I open the Xbox app and I play my motherfucking Xbox One. I'm a motherfucking PC. And my motherfucking PC is a way more powerful machine. Way more powerful. My fucking video card, and it's an old video card, my 7870 gigahertz edition is more powerful than the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One combined. Way more computational power than both those fucking systems combined. $120, dude. F that right now. Throw a couple of those bitches in your hard drive, in your case. Get yourself an 800 watt power supply, a 750 watt power supply, an 8350, and you got a more powerful system than you blow the Xbox One and the PS4 away. Less than $700. But that's another rant. That's coming. That's coming. I won't get into that shit. That shit pisses me off too. So I read this shit, and I'm like, what, you're gonna give Microsoft flack for fucking putting games on their Microsoft on their own fucking platform. Windows is their platform. There are 200 million fucking reasons to put their games on that platform, and not all of those 200 million reasons can play their games on that platform. But of those 200 million, a lot more than fucking 19 million, a lot more than 30 million can play these games. And if you go over there and if you have a Windows 10 PC, a gaming PC, and you're running Windows 10, and you got a game on the Xbox One, or your friends are on Xbox One, you may buy that game. You may not own an Xbox One, but your friend owns an Xbox One, and you purchase that game for that in Microsoft's marketplace, right? They get money. Microsoft gets money. Why the fuck would you not take advantage of that? If fucking anything, Sony is fucking stupid. Nintendo is fucking stupid. It's a whole fucking market out there. Free. Fucking free. Nobody takes your fucking money if you don't want them to. It's free. Download the games on their own store. It's unfucking believable that Sony and Nintendo do not take advantage of the PC marketplace. And it's unforgivable in my mind. It's why I'll never fucking use Sony or Nintendo as my primary platforms. And for those people who know me, Nintendo is basically Zelda for me. I don't fucking give a shit about Mario. Mario go fuck himself. I don't care about their fucking racing games, their fucking little go-kart, Mario Kart. Fuck you, Mario Kart. Fucking game. And that fighting game, whatever the fuck it's called. Fuck that game too. And fuck Metroid. Fucking people. Metroid's so great. Fuck Metroid. That's what I think. Yeah, I hated that game when I was a kid too, motherfucker. Fucking Metroid. Yeah, I mean fucking You know how many fucking Nintendos I broke because of Metroid? I hate you! Anyways, I did break a couple of them. Not because of Metroid, though. I broke one because of Metroid. There were Nintendos everywhere. Which is a nice temporary segue into a story. So, for those of you who live in like inner cities and impoverished areas, not necessarily like a housing, right? Not necessarily assisted housing or anything like that. But I lived in a kitchenette in a suburb of Chicago. And the first day we go there, Cook County is assisting in a giant cocaine bust, a drug bust. Several drug dealers got busted. And they hauled away, like, I don't even remember how many people. They hauled away a bunch of people. And so I go, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And you got like 3 counties. You got Cook County Police. You got 2 other counties. Dude, I don't even remember who the fuck was helping. Anyway, it's hard for me. I know we lived right off of Wolf Avenue, I think is what it's called. It's been years, dude. How old was I? 11? I'm 30. I'm gonna be 36 this year. So I can't remember all that shit. It was a bad time in my life. I don't remember clearly all this stuff. I remember this. We'd been living there for maybe 6 or 7 months, and there was another drug bust. Woohoo! Another drug bust. So the cops came in there and like just busted down this dude's door. And they fucked him up. His kids were crying and shit. They got like the police pulled them away, and like they got evicted. The door was all busted, like the hinges, everything was busted up. And we're like, fuck this, dude. Me and my friend went in there. This guy had like an NES with like 50 fucking games. I was like, holy shit, dude. Me and my friends split those fucking games up. And I had like 3 Nintendos. Like there was enough drug busts. I almost had a TV too, but some other guy fucking came in there and took it. While we were trying to grab the TV. What the fuck are we supposed to say? He was like 25, 26 years old. He's like, give me that fucking TV. And I was like, okay. So I had several Nintendos from like several drug busts. And we just go in there and we take their shit, right? We're criminals. So we take their shit. And I had 3 Nintendos. I had like 5 Mario 3s. I don't know how the fuck I got 5 Mario 3s. But I remember looking through my game case one day and be like, I have a lot of Mario 3s. So it had to be 92, right? 92, 93? I can't remember when it was. Nah, it had to be. It was early 90s. I know that much. It had to be early. Was I in third? No, maybe it was late 80s. Anyways. So we brought all this shit in, and I was playing Metroid for the first time ever playing Metroid, right? Because I was too poor. I get like 1 or 2 games, and Metroid never interested me because people were like, "Man, that fucking game's hard." I'm like, "Fuck that shit. I want Excitebike," right? Like I'm gonna get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I was like, "This game's fucking God. This game is hard. I can't get past this fucking swimming part." Dude, that swimming part in fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a fucking pain in the ass. And then you get to the second part, like you beat it, right? And you're all excited. You're like, yeah, you're like fucking 7 or 8. And you get to the other side and it's like everything kicks your ass. And you're like, fuck this. And then your mom comes over there and smacks you upside the head. Anyways. So, I remember the first time I played Metroid. I was like, God damn, this game's hard. Right? And I played it for like... The game was all fucked up, right? So I left my Nintendo on. And I came home from school. And it was like all fucked up, right? I remember how games would get all fucked up. Like the game had gotten fucked up while it was still playing on. And like, I was like, no! And so I was like pressing the buttons. I can like see her like moving around. Like it was still fucked up. I could see it moving. I was like, no, and I tried shaking like the cartridge, and I got it like sort of fixed, and then I accidentally pushed down too hard and ejected the cartridge, and like like out of control. Like I punched the goddamn, I punched the fucking the Nintendo, dude. I'm like, I don't even know how old I was. Jesus. I'm thinking I was maybe I wasn't in 3rd grade. I was older than that. That was the first time. I think it's second time. I was going to Westdale. Yeah. Was I in junior? No, I wasn't in junior high. So maybe it's 5th grade, right? 5th or 6th grade. And I just like reared back and like grab some mud. My old roommate in the Marine Corps would say, grab some mud from Mississippi. And I just came down like jackhammered, like that fucking council. Dude, I fucked my hand up. But I fucking was so angry, dude, and that shit never worked again. But I never played that game. I gave it to my friend. Fuck that. I was like, dude, you got anything cool? He's like, I got this game. Like, oh, what the fuck? It was like a shooting game, but it didn't work with the light gun. Wolf something. Where you had to shoot people like fucking, you had a little target. It was originally an arcade game. Much more fun at the arcade, by the way. So anyway, that's my Metroid story. I never played it. There's like, I still do that to this day. I mean, I don't break my shit anymore. I want to break my shit, but I don't because I bought it this time, right? I didn't steal it from some fucking cokehead or meth maker or whatever the fuck they were doing that got him arrested. But I do that to this day. Like, I'll be playing a game, right? And if I lose, like, several hours worth of game, or if I reach a part where I just bang my head against it, I'll stop playing the game. Like, I ain't got time for that. Like, some people are like, oh, it's challenging. Oh, play it till I beat it. I got time for that shit, dude. I am 35 years old. I got work. I got a wife. I got no kids, but I got a fucking dog. Probably replace it with a kid if I could. At least kids could do shit, right? Like the dishes. I mean, even putting the dishes in the fucking dishwasher makes me queasy to the stomach. That's a whole other story. But I'll stop playing shit. I'll just stop. I'll stop playing whatever I'm playing, and I'll take it and I'll put it away, and I won't play it for a while. Like, I reached, I was in Grand Theft Auto 5, I reached a part where there were no more single-player missions. I don't know if I reached a bug or got into a bug. And if you know what the fuck happened, let me know. So, I was playing Grand Theft Auto 5, and I got to the part where the crazy guy, whose name escapes me, I'm really bad with names, he tells the old guy, he's like, you need to go take flying lessons. So I'm like, whatever. And so I do all the other missions, the main missions. I think I had one with, Jesus, dude. That's really bad. The black dude. I can't remember any of their names, so I'm not being racist or anything. I can't remember the white guys' names either. I can remember Lamar, right? It's Lamar, the dumbass. He's hilarious in the multiplayer game. They trying to be adults and shit and talk about this stuff. So I reached the part and he told me to fly. Like, so I'm like, well, I guess I have to get through the flying lessons, which are fine, right? But then you get to the helicopter one and you have to do a race with the helicopter. And I was like, fuck this, dude. And I did it I had to do it like 50 times. I swear to God. And I was like, if I get through this, maybe it'll start up the next main mission. And I got through that shit, dude. And I made it through. And I was 100 across the board. Like, I was 100 with my flying. And nothing happened. Right? So I started doing side missions. I thought maybe I need to empty some of these side missions. And I was doing side missions. And after playing for 10 hours, after he told me to go fly, after I'd finished all the other single player missions, I was like, what the fuck? Then I spent all that time trying to beat the helicopter part, even though I wasn't going to be flying a helicopter. Maybe I would be flying a helicopter. I don't know, because I can't get to the goddamn mission. I think it's going to be a bank heist. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm like, the bank heist, what the fuck? I got to do something. So I played about 10 hours trying to make it, just trying to do like side missions, right? Maybe that'll kick in. Maybe there's too many side missions. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. So I played it. Some of the side missions are hilarious. And really fucking the creepy dude, the fucking psychopath dude. I don't like playing that motherfucker. I don't know about you guys, but that guy makes me uncomfortable playing him, man. Dude, when you playing a game, I don't want to switch to that motherfucker and see him like spooning a dude again, and dude's wearing like his girlfriend's clothes and shit. Well, holding a bear. Ugh, right? And like it's all got cum stains on it. Like what the fuck? Anyways, back on to my segue back over to PC. So the reason why I don't understand this is Microsoft is a company, right? And Xbox is just a part of Microsoft's portfolio of shit, right? They have a ton of shit going on. They got fucking Office. They got Office 365, which is excellent, by the way. They got OneDrive. They've got an entire marketplace for mobile and PC, and eventually the Xbox One. They got all this ecosystem, and if you invest in a Windows 10, maybe you will invest into their ecosystem. There are 200 million people. If only 2% invest into that ecosystem and buy stuff, then if they get like 100 people to get it, like, on PS4, well, I don't want to buy an Xbox One because I'm a fucking loser. If you can afford one, if you can afford an Xbox One and you don't buy one out of some fucking stupid brand loyalty, you're a fucking idiot and you're not a gamer. Turn that fucking card in, motherfucker. If you can't afford it because you got shit, and the PlayStation is the one you wanted to own, then hey, that's fine, right? You pick the console, that's your preferred console. You got fucking a wife to take care of, kids to take care of. Maybe you got a project you're working on. You're going to remodel the kitchen, or an accident happened. Maybe something happened and you need to fix something. A car goes out, or you don't quite make enough money because you're working at Walmart and they fucked you over on your pay raise for like 3 or 4 years in a row, or whatever the fuck happened in your life that makes it hard for you to own multiple consoles. That's all right. I'm not going to jump on somebody if they can't afford it. But if you can afford it, if you can legitimately afford it, especially if you can comfortably afford it, right? If you're sitting there right now and you're going to spend $500 on you're just going to blow it on fucking coke and hookers. And you're like, I'm not going to buy an Xbox because it's the PlayStation. Fuck you. And the other way around, too. If you got an Xbox One and you won't buy a PlayStation 4 because of brand loyalty, you're a fucking idiot. You're an idiot. And you can be like, oh, well, I own a PC. Well, not all those games are going to make it to PC. A lot of them are. Right? But many of them will not. There'll be games that will not make it. Sunset Overdrive will never come to the PC. If it does, you've already missed. You've already missed the fucking train, dude. The train choo-chooed on out. Everybody that wanted that game bought it. I don't think it's ever coming. It's never coming. And for a lot of people, like Tony Polanco, I believe I said his name right, of the Throwdown, which is a really good show. Throwdown, PlayStation centric, but that's all right. Everybody's got preferred consoles. He bought an Xbox One. He bought a PC, but he's got an Xbox One now, and he might. I think he has Xbox Live, but if he's got Xbox Live, he's getting these free Xbox 360 games he didn't get last gen. So if you're fucking brand loyalty, don't allow that to ruin your life as a gamer. There are fucking games that you have not played. If you have been brand loyal, especially if you've been brand loyal this whole fucking time. Look, I missed out on the PlayStation 3, and that sucks, right? But you know what I'm not missing out on is, look, I don't give a fuck about Nintendo. So I missed out on the Wii, and I'm going to miss out on the Wii U probably. And that kind of stinks a little bit because... But I don't think I missed out on any... Oh, Skyward Sword. I didn't play Skyward Sword. So I missed out on Skyward Sword. And that kind of stinks. I might have to eventually pick that up for... I may have to pick that up through other means. Yeah. Anyways. Maybe used. And I'll use an emulator. I have an emulator for the Wii. So anyways. I just don't understand. Look, it drives sales. It drives sales to Windows 10. So if you buy if you let's say you have Windows 7 but you want to play Killer Instinct or Fable Legends with your friend, and maybe you'll upgrade to Windows 10, and maybe you'll see something on the Xbox Marketplace, like Grand Theft Auto 5, it was like $1 on the Marketplace. Just a little while ago. Or maybe there's little shit, right? Like you see a game that you also play on your Kindle or your phone or whatever that links to Facebook, and it's also on Windows Marketplace. So right now, 10% off of Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider on their marketplace. It's $53.99. There's other shit, right? That's free. That has little shit. Maybe you play Zynga Poker, Texas Hold'em. That's a game that I believe syncs up with Facebook, and then anything you play on Facebook or on other platforms will also work. Will also sync over. So, or Halo, Spartan Assault. These games, and what they want to do eventually is if you buy something, not big games of course, but if you buy a smaller game on one platform, the developer has the ability to give it cross buy rights. So kind of like if you buy a game on a PS4, sometimes you also get it for free for the Vita and vice versa. Yeah, so I don't know why. That's what they're doing. They're driving because the people who buy stuff, gamers buy shit, right? Generally, a gamer is an adult. Not always. To all our young listeners, I don't know how many young listeners we have. You probably shouldn't be listening to this motherfucker, because I cuss way too fucking much, and I got that shit as mature, right? And TV 14 at least. It really should be like not. It should be like adult. It should be like a porno, right? Because I cuss way too much, dude. I have a foul mouth. Windows 10 Minecraft, Windows 10 Minecraft, Windows 10 edition, right? Eventually, hopefully, you'll be able to play that with Xbox players. You can play it with mobile players, I think, right now. Multiplayer with mobile players. And of course, there's like the standard ones. There's Netflix and Pandora and shit like that. And I really like the app for Netflix. Of course, it's the same. It looks the same for almost every platform. But I use the app instead of using the website. It's actually a lot better, I think. Looking on the PC, the PC app for Windows. There's even a Kindle app, I believe an Audible app, for those of you like listening to that. And a lot of these, for those of you who sync themselves completely in the Windows 10 ecosystem, I have a Windows 10 phone. Most of these are the exact same app for their phone and for the PC. So, doing one thing, of course, a lot of stuff syncs over, some stuff does not. It's still a work in progress. Hopefully, once they get everything on board, including the Xbox, we'll get a lot more push. Because I'd like to see a lot more push coming out of the marketplace. I'm hoping to see some interesting stuff come to the Xbox One through the marketplace. That's what I want to see. Like VLAN, that would be cool. But yeah, it doesn't hurt. It never hurts to broaden your user base, especially when there's cross play. And never ever do I think you should ever bitch about them putting fucking free to play games on the PC. Right? Because like Fable Legends a free-to-play game. I think Sea of Thieves is probably going to be free-to-play. Halo Wars 2 won't be free-to-play, but they're going to have cross-play, right? And that's great. A lot of cross-play games. Because some people, they have a gaming PC. And they don't want consoles, right? They think, oh, I got all my games on the PC that I want. And that's cool, right? So you can play with your PC friends who are running at fucking 120 frames a second at 4K. And that's fine. And that, you will find, is a disadvantage. But yeah, so the Windows Store, right? You're pushing the Windows Store. The Windows Stores will eventually be coming to the Xbox One. So that'll be a big thing, especially heading on into the future. There's no hurting. If you have a platform, and it makes sense for you to publish on that platform, then publish on that platform. By all means, publish on that platform. When the PS5 comes out, and it's an AMD whatever the fuck it's gonna be, their latest and greatest fucking APU, running the same basic hardware, on the same basic setup, and just more powerful. Is there any reason that game shouldn't be on the PS4? Zero reasons. Same thing for the Xbox. The Xbox One is a motherfucking Windows 10 PC. It's got some hardware, right? So it's got some custom hardware in it, and some cool things that they do with multiple OSs. But basically, it's just if you're making the game, you're making the fucking game anyways, using DirectX, using Windows, using all of the same fucking APIs. You would be making it for the PC. Fucking make it for the PC too. And here's another thing. Stop using fucking proprietary NVIDIA technology. Nobody likes that shit. The fucking NVIDIA fans, that fucking AMD fans, the only people who like that shit are dumb motherfuckers. And they don't count. They do not count. Stop fucking doing it. I don't give a damn how much NVIDIA. You put NVIDIA fucking exclusive shit in there, guess what? I'm not buying your shit. And there's a whole lot of other people who aren't buying your shit. It's just, there's no reason. No fucking reason. I'm looking at fucking NVIDIA specific shit, and that shit's sitting on the PS4? Are you fucking kidding me? That's an AMD platform. An underpowered AMD platform. A fucking laptop APU. Are you kidding me? You're crazy. Put that shit on our cards. People who own AMD cards own it because they don't want to pay a fucking shit ton for fucking NVIDIA. People who have fucking AMD processors, they don't want to pay fucking extra money for the Intel processor. Nobody wants to fucking pay a lot of money unless they've got it, right? Some people don't have it. Some people can't afford it, right? They go on fucking PriceWatch.com and they buy this shit, which is an awesome tool. If you're building a computer and you use that stupid program, I see fucking torrents and fucking a goddamn fucking Tony used. Oh, this is great. No, it only uses fucking mainstream shit. Fuck that. Go to PriceWatch.com. Use it by all means. Use that fucking program, that little thing that they use, where you build your computer. By all means, use it. Then go to PriceWatch.com and find those products. And you will find out that you're getting fucking ripped off. Who gives a shit? A lot of these sites are like, hey, here's you can get some money back, $40. And you're like, awesome. And then 8 months later, you finally get your little fucking Visa card with $40 on it, and you buy something for like $38, and then you can't use it again. What the fuck are you gonna go out and buy a bag of chips? Some people would, right? They're gonna use all of the money they can use on that fucking card. But yeah, fucking don't pull that shit. That shit pisses me off so fucking much. Proprietary fucking technology like that. It's like A&D came out with their fucking hair model, right? It was open source. They open sourced it. They could have been a dick about it. They weren't. They open sourced it. And then when fucking NVIDIA cards were having trouble, what did they do? They fucking helped NVIDIA out. Unbelievable, isn't it? Fucking stop this fucking proprietary shit. NVIDIA works. Fuck you, NVIDIA. Even if I had the money, I would not buy your products, right? There comes a point where you're like, look, you can't pull this shit. If fucking A&D started pulling this shit, that would piss me off too. Do not have proprietary shit. For a while, I wouldn't buy AMD shit, so they pulled some shit like that. And I don't fucking like that shit, dude. Fuck that, right? And for those of you who don't know, I've been building my own machine since the early aughts. And I was all Intel and NVIDIA for a long fucking time. For a long time. And I think they completely lost me. Like, they recovered, but they came out with the fucking the GeForce 4 MX or whatever the fuck it was, and I bought into that shit, man. I was like, all right. And I put it in, and it was worse than my NVIDIA 3 Ti. I was like, fuck this! And I took that motherfucking card out. I was so mad, dude. I wanted to turn that card back into Walmart. I bought it at Walmart. Back when they actually sold shit like that. I was so fucking mad. I was so fucking bad, dude. It was the MX 5000, maybe. It was. I don't remember what it was, but it was a piece of shit. It was not a good card. None of those cards back then were really good. Like after their NVIDIA 3, GeForce 3 Ti, it was like downhill for a while. It was like it was so bad. Like it stagnated. Like NVIDIA, like everybody stagnated. I remember it seemed like for fucking ever that the fucking Radeon 9800 was like the standard. Like no fucking video card should be a standard for like more than 3 months. That's how. Like I don't want to see a card be a standard for more than a year. Like, oh, this is the standard of video cards. Video cards need to be at least this good, right? I don't want to ever see that shit happen again. Another thing that pisses me off is minimum spec requirements. Don't fucking pull that shit with people. Look, people, and I know some companies are good about it, and they put AMD video cards and they put AMD processors, and I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. And this has turned into a complete PC rant. I appreciate that. And for a lot of us AMD owners, we do appreciate that. But guess what? We don't own NVIDIA cards. So when you say you need an Intel and you need an NVIDIA, You know what you're telling people? I have to go buy an Intel and Nvidia. They don't. They don't have to go and buy an Intel and Nvidia. They go buy AMD. Bang for buck, motherfuckers. AMD still crushes fucking Nvidia and fucking Intel and bang for buck. There's no fucking reason, unless you want if you want to spend the extra money to get the extra processing power, by all means buy a fucking Intel i7, the latest version for the latest fucking new motherboard that just fucking came out. By all means do that. But if you're looking for bang for buck, you want to max out games and you don't want to spend $1,500 doing it, half motherfucker, half. Use AMD. And guess what? All the 7000 cards, they're DirectX 12 compatible. You don't have to buy a newer card to get DX compatible, DirectX 12 compatible. Why? Because they were way ahead of the fucking game. DirectX on fucking a lot of shit. Coding to the metal, close to the metal, with Mantle and shit like that. They were way ahead of the fucking competition, and Mantle makes a huge difference on games that have it. So, that was my rant. Those are my pet peeves, right? Most people are like, Cueil, shut the fuck up and talk about games. Man, fuck you and your games, bitch. I don't have any fucking news on Sony. Well, let's fix that shit. Let's go over here to M4G.
Hey everybody, welcome to IGN
God damn it,
Unfiltered.
IGN!
It is our month.
Stop. Fuck, dude. I hope you guys didn't hear that. That shit keeps on restarting every time I click on the... So let's go to PS4 news. Titanfall. You guys know you're getting Titanfall. More PS4 news. Bombshell review. PlayStation Country. Whatever the hell that is. Dying Light. The Following. This War of Mine. Kung Fu Panda bullshit. People speculating about dumb shit that they shouldn't have speculated about. Stupid Ninja Turtles. One Piece bullshit. Hands-on with Far Cry. Don't care. Podcast Firewatch. Already seen it. Final Approach. Who cares, dude? Like, where the hell is everything? Something happened, right? Something had to happen on the PlayStation 4, right? Kid-proof your PS4. I'm looking, dude. Uncharted Collection gets even cheaper. I don't really care. I need to play those games, by the way. The only one I've really played was the Vita version, which is really good. The Division. I really want to play The Division. So basically, I don't see anything. There's got to be news, but I don't see it. I'm on like page 8. Page 3. It feels like page 8. So, news on The Division. Apparently, The Division is like all crapped up. Like they're full. Their beta is full. For a closed beta, that really got fucking full really fast, right? I mean, Jesus. This is stupid. It's just, I can't read that. This is the fucking PC shit. I put a reply, somebody responded to me. I'll get to it later. But The Division is full. And they're talking about people are going to have to wait to play it. Like the beta. Like, you got a closed beta? And it's full? Are you fucking kidding me? That's why you control the number of fucking codes out there. Right? You should never run into this. This is a problem you should only run into when it's open. right? An open beta, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, too many people are coming in, so you put everybody on a wait list, and people can't get into the beta that aren't playing, right? You put them on you put a little fucking a little thing, whatever the fuck, and people can't play, and that's great. But in a closed beta, this should not happen in a closed beta. I guess it can happen because people who pre-ordered it can play it. But NVIDIA released like a bajillion codes. Most of them don't even work. Like mine didn't work. Yes, I will use NVIDIA to get free codes. I'm not above that. I like playing new games. I like betaing new games, especially. I like seeing shit that's still in the works and affecting change on it. Well, that's not really the reason for the division. That's more so that we can see how shitty their fucking servers are. So it's full, and for those of you still waiting, it ends on the 31st. So is there any real reason to even play? I mean, it really pisses me off. I really wanted to play the game. I really want to buy it, but I'm so fucking broke, dude. I don't even know if I can save up money. I gotta get new tires for the car, or for my vehicle that I'm driving. My Kia. I got a Kia Sportage, 2007. I bought it like I got a really good deal, but I need to get tires for it. Paid $3,500 for it. Had 140,000 miles. Pretty good price. Gets about as good as gas mileage as my wife's Pontiac. So that's 2005. I could fit most of my boxes. I thought I'd have no trouble fitting my boxes in it. God, was I wrong. I can't fit all my work in it. So it can get kind of crowded in there. But I really like it. And I need tires. And I'm driving to work on one bald tire, a spare, and 2 tires that need to be replaced. They're not bald yet, but so as you can imagine, things can get rather iffy driving at 70, 75 down the highway, especially when it's windy and a big diesel fucking semi comes blowing past you because he's going way too fast. Yeah, so I really want it. I don't know if I'll be able to get it. That's life. That's the way shit works sometimes. I'm going to try and get it on our shared account. Hopefully I can scrounge up $30 and me and Magnum can get it. And it doesn't look like anybody's going to join us today. Let me see if he left a message on WhatsApp. Nope. No message. So nobody's here. So this is the show, guys. I'm sorry. You know, it happens sometimes. I wasn't holding back for these motherfuckers. If we can get another show up and going tomorrow, the 3 of us, I'll do a 402.1. And that's fine. If you guys want it, that's cool. So anyways, what the fuck was this? I just got a little message. Restart required for updates. Oh, a new update from my phone. It's kind of cool. I can be in the beta for phone. So, I wonder what configuration updates. That's it? Motherfucker. So, I want to thank all of our fans. If you enjoyed this show, smash that like button, as those YouTubers like to say. There's my old friend Josh. No, that's the Timothy Case. That's Josh. Soggy with some huggies. What the fuck. Anyways, thank all of our fans, all of our subscribers, like 4 of you or whatever the fuck there is. Subscribe. If you have suggestions for the show, or you just want to tell us how shitty we are, leave a message. Tell us that we're a bunch of fucking faggots. We should all just go and kill ourselves. I'm always keen on that. I will tell you this. I will never kill myself for you. You are not important enough to me. Unless this is my wife listening. And no, you're not that important either. I wouldn't kill myself for you. I might die for you. But I wouldn't kill myself for you. Like, I guess, you know, if I killed myself, it would save you. But that's not really killing myself. That's really dying for you. So, that's how I think about it anyway. Anyways, constructive criticism is always welcome. If you hated this episode because it was just it's basically Daniel at Night show, which I haven't done in a while. I should do one. Then I'm sorry. You know, I control me, and that's it. If I could control Damien and all these other guys, I would, but I can't. So, anyways, I hope you guys have a very nice weekend. And drive home safe. The immortal words of Stacey King, Chicago Bulls. Drive home safe, BB. Drive home safe. Blah, blah, blah. I need an ending. You guys think I need an ending? I need a better ending than this. This ending sucks. Like, we have no ending. Like, I need an ending. Like, dun, dun, dun. This is the end, motherfucker. Some shit like that. So, anyways. To all the people who don't listen to us, fuck you.